Hey everybody, how's it going? This video is in honor of the 5th anniversary of the Neo Geo section of the Atari Age Forum, which is set up by Charlie Cat, also known as Anthony. It is a great source of Neo Geo and also SNK information. It's really good stuff that you're going to find in there. Stuff you may have known, a lot of stuff you may have not have known. So, in honor of the anniversary, this video is going to cover 5 Neo Geo games that were released in 1995, which happens to be the 5th anniversary of the Neo Geo system. And one of the games that you're seeing in the background is Samurai Shodown 3, but we're going to take a look at 5 other games as well. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy. First up is Real Bout Fatal Fury, which is the 5th installment in the Fatal Fury series and the first in the Real Bout sub-series. This is a follow-up to Fatal Fury 3. The tagline for this title is, "The final battle, Geese Howard must go," so you get an idea of what happens in the end. The roster consists of 16 playable characters with mainstays like Terry and Andy Bogard, Geese Howard, and Joe Higashi, to go along with more recent additions like Blue Mary, Bob Wilson, and Franco Bash. The defining features of Real Bout Fatal Fury are the foreground and background sway system, which was used in a previous game, and the out of bounds. The sway movement is useful to evade your opponent's attacks and to move around your opponent if you're cornered. You can also attack from this position and knock your rival around from plane to plane. At each end of the stages, there are destructible environments that break after a few hits, which includes people in the subway stage. Once this happens, you can lure or knock your opponent out of bounds, which will immediately end the round. There are some comical results when this happens. If an out of bounds occurs before the final round, then the areas of the stage that were destroyed remain open for the remainder of the match, so you could try to go for a quick win. I do this often myself with mixed results. Real Bout Fatal Fury is the first game in this series to feature a power gauge, which allows you to perform super power moves when your gauge is full, and potential power moves when the gauge is full and your health meter is flashing. Real Bout Fatal Fury features fast-paced action with special moves and combos that are easy to execute, to go along with excellent animations and large detailed stages. Though there are only 5 stages in total, the details change between matches. Real Bout Fatal Fury makes a great addition to your NBS library, and it's affordable. You can also download it for each of the current generation consoles. The next game is one of the more obscure titles for the Neo Geo, and that is Puzzle de Pun. When you first look at this game, you might think, oh, this is just like Puzzle Bobble. Puzzle de Pun was developed under license from Taito. On the surface, both games play nearly identical to one another, as you need to fire bubbles into a field of bubbles above you to match 3 of the same color to clear them, but their objectives are different. In Puzzle de Pun, the goal is to clear all the bubbles that surround an astrological sign. There are 39 levels, with each progressive level featuring more complex formations you need to clear. Some stages have you shooting the balls through tight paths to reach the balls, which require lots of precision. You have 2 minutes to complete each stage. Because of the time limit, you don't have to worry about the balls moving down every few seconds. To assist you, there are items that will make it easier for you to complete a stage. There's a directional sign that displays a path to the location where the ball will land when released. This is helpful when you need to place a ball in a tight spot. There's a star which clears every ball of whatever color ball the star comes in contact with. Occasionally a bomb appears which destroys any ball it comes in contact with, to include spiked balls which normally are indestructible. Bonus points are awarded if you complete a stage within 90 seconds, and your bonus depends on how quickly a stage is completed. Puzzle de Pun is a fun puzzle game, even though it's less difficult than Puzzle Bobble. I love the popping sounds when a ball is released. It reminds me of the sound that is made when you press the bubble from the board game Trouble. Despite the obscurity of this game, Puzzle de Pun is not very expensive to purchase for the MVS. Unfortunately, it was never released for any other platform, so you would need to emulate this if you don't have an MVS. Next is one of the most bizarre fighters you will come across in Savage Rain. This is a weapons-based fighting game that takes place in a futuristic version of Southtown. King Leo has set up the Battle of the Beast Gods tournament with the promise of fame and fortune for the winner. Each participant has their motives for entering. The roster consists of an oddball mix of fighters, including the main character Hayate, who combines martial arts with a boomerang. There's Carol, whose turf is at an amusement park and fights with a gymnast ball. Gordon is a large police officer with a really hairy chest that uses a nightstick. There's Chung, an elderly fighter who wears a hat that was given to him by the legendary Wolf. I wonder who that is. The gameplay of Savage Reign can be best described as a combination of SNK's previously released fighting game series up to that point. It has a weapons-based combat of Samurai Showdown, the plane switching of Fatal Fury, it has a zoom-in, zoom-out feature from The Art of Fighting. Savage Reign takes these elements and adds more to the formula. In this game, weapons can be thrown at your opponent, plus you can attack with punches and kicks. The strength is based on whether the button was tapped or pressed. Desperation attacks can be used infinitely when your health meter is flashing. The most unique aspect of Savage Reign are the stage layouts. Each stage consists of 2 tiers and you switch between each one with the press of a button. You can attack when switching from one tier to another, and you can throw your weapon if your opponent is on the opposite plane. Some stages have objects that you can knock down onto your opponent, or have hazards that you must avoid, like falling icicles, streams of lava, or even an oncoming roller coaster. I applaud the effort SNK made to create a fighting game that is different than the norm. Personally, I like this game even though I'm not great at it. If you're a fan of fighting games, give this one a try. If your interest in fighting games is casual, then I would not recommend this game because it is very difficult and it takes a while to get accustomed to all the different options in the controls. It is available for purchase on the Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. We now come to one of the toughest shoot-'em-ups you'll ever play in Polestar. Polestar is considered to be the spiritual successor to R-Type, as the developers worked on both games. Many of the elements from R-Type, such as weapons, locations, and enemies, appear in Polestar. One example of this are the mechanical claws in the first stage, which now come to life. Your ship, the Dino 246, looks just like the R9. The weapons on this ship are similar to the R9, with the most notable being the reflective lasers. You have the front Voyager and IO side support orbs, which shield you from enemy bullets and provide extra firepower. Polestar uses a 2-meter system to unleash powerful attacks. The right half of the meter is used to unleash a charged shot from your Voyager orb. This happens when you hold on to the fire button until the meter is full and the button is released. The left half of the meter is used to increase the firepower of your main weapon. The meter increases when you rapidly press the fire button. What's different in Polestar is that you cannot detach your Voyager orb to act as a satellite weapon, but you can launch it to act as a bomb, which causes massive damage to enemies upon explosion. Your IO orbs can fire in different directions and you can lock in their firing position, which comes in handy in some situations. You must pay close attention to the enemy layout and formations to know where to move in each stage. Enemies will approach and attack from all directions, so it will take lots of practice to know how to approach and avoid them. Expect plenty of lost lives and frustration because, like in R-Type, when a life is lost, you lose all your power-ups and you must start from a checkpoint. Polestar features some of the finest visuals the Neo Geo has to offer. This 305 megabit powerhouse utilized pre-rendered graphics, which are highly detailed and well animated. These visuals still hold up very well. In addition, there's an excellent anime quality opening intro and an enjoyable soundtrack. If you're looking to get your butt kicked over and over again, then this is the shooter for you. Polestar is available for download for the PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
Super Sidekicks 3! The next glory!
The last 1995 release for this video will be Super Sidekicks 3 The Next Glory. This soccer game packs in 158 megabits of excitement as you can choose from 64 teams and compete in a regional or world tournament. Each team has their strengths and weaknesses along with their formation type. On offense, you could short pass or long pass the ball to your teammate, plus the passes can be high or low. As you approach your opponent's net, you will see the word shoot above the player, which gives you an opportunity to shoot for a goal. Also, if the word chance appears above you when you take a shot, the graphical perspective changes so that you can aim your shot in the opponent's net. What's great about this game is that the crowd gets more excited as you approach your opponent's net, and in my playing experience I feel my heart racing when this happens because I can feel the excitement of a potential goal. Yes, I do my best Andres Cantor impersonation when I do score. On defense, you can slide or bump into your opponent to regain possession of the ball, but beware, as there are infractions enforced for rough play, which can result in a player receiving a yellow or red card, the latter of which results in an ejection. Penalty kicks can be awarded for a foul. Players that are fouled can be taken out of the game due to injury, or get psyched up, which gives them a power boost. A match lasts for 2 minutes, but this can be adjusted. If the game is tied at the end of regulation, you have the option to replay the game, go to sudden death, or go to penalty kicks. Penalty kicks gives the player the option to aim the direction of their shot and for the goalie to move in the direction in which he thinks the ball will end up or remain stationary. Winning the penalty kicks is difficult since it boils down to luck. There are many cutscenes shown when penalties are called or goals are scored, and this adds to the overall charm of the game. Each match of the tournament has a different pitch design. Super Sidekicks 3 takes advantage of the Neo Geo scaling capabilities and features plenty of animations, such as the player jumping to avoid his opponent or executing a bicycle kick. In my opinion, this is one of the best sports games for the Neo Geo and is amongst the most praised soccer video games. It's lots of fun whether you're playing alone or with a friend. It is one of the most affordable NVS carts. It was also included in the SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1 and is available for download on the Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. Alright, so those are your 5 Neo Geo games from 1995. Once again, I'd like to thank Anthony of the Neo Geo section of the Atari Age Forum. He's been one of my best supporters of my channel, and I hope that the section continues to be very successful. And I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video, and I appreciate any feedback you guys have for me. Until then, see you next time.